Now let's take a look at the version of Lync called the Lync Web App. The Lync 2013 program we installed on PC and the Lync 2011 version we've installed on Mac have several features that you probably won't need for your classes. It has Outlook integration and the ability to create a contact list and instant message and check statuses and things like that. But primarily you're only going to need Lync to join the actual class meetings. Microsoft created a free version that runs in your browser and allows you to join a meeting in progress. The only issue is that you have to join it yourself. We can't invite you, so we still recommend that if possible, you try to install the full version of Lync and join with that. There are two exceptions when you might have to rely on the Lync Web App for all of your classes. The first is if you're still using Windows XP. Microsoft no longer supports Windows XP, but they did leave it so that you can join a meeting with Lync through a web browser with the Lync Web App. The full version of Lync can't be installed, so until you get your computer updated to a more modern version, you can use the web app to still join classes. The other version is, because of all these extra features in the main program, it sometimes will bog down systems without a lot of resources, and there have sometimes been chronic problems for certain people where they will get kicked out of a meeting fairly regularly for several minutes. In that situation, joining with the web app seems to fix this because it's a much lighter version and not as resource intensive. And I would still recommend you keep the main program on your computer and try to join with that, but in the case that you get kicked out of a meeting fairly recently, having the web app already installed and ready to go at a moment's notice will certainly help you. So in order to join with the web app, you first have to sign out of the main program. So to do that, click on the little options arrow, then File, then Sign Out, and then click Delete My Sign-In Info. Otherwise, when you try to join a meeting, it will sign you in with the main Lync program first. It always defaults to that. Then you will have to use if you're on a PC, you will have to use a non-Internet Explorer browser to join the meeting. If you are on a Macintosh, you have to use Safari. The reason, and I'll show it to you here, we'll try to join this meeting here with Internet Explorer, and as soon as it enters the link, the Internet Explorer window will disappear and it tries to force you to sign in with Lync. So you'll need to use a browser like Chrome or Safari or Firefox. And I generally recommend Firefox. We found that works the smoothest with the web app. So we will click Try to join our meeting. And it still tries to sign us in, but it will leave the page up and it will have the option Join using Lync Web App instead. So we will click that. And it should bring up, let's see, yes. Okay, so it's going to ask you to sign in with your E-Rater information. I don't recommend that because it only tends to work if you are on the TTU campus. So instead, go down to Are you a guest in this meeting? Click Sign in here, and then put your full name in. And then make sure this little box here, Install Lync Web App Plugin, is checked. Once you have all that, click Join the Meeting, and it will save a little file, or if you're on Chrome, it will let you run it. And it's only about 10 megabytes, so it tends to download very fast. So we will run that. Now on this next box, just click Always Allow the Plugin for this domain, and you will be in the meeting. Now if you used Lync 2013, the layout should all be very familiar. If you used on Mac, it may be a little bit different. The big issue is going to be these 5 little buttons down at the bottom. If they are white like this, it means the feature is off. If they're blue, it means the feature is on. So right now, this is the chat bubble. If I click on it and it turns blue, now I can enter chat messages. This next one is the microphone button. It's blue, but it has a red slash through it, so it means it's muted. So we'll click that on. This one here is your camera, so we'll turn that on. And the difference here is with Lync Web App is you're going to have 5 cameras at once. The last 2 buttons you generally don't need to worry about. This is for sharing content, and this button will bring up a list of participants in the meeting. So that is pretty much it for this meeting, for this tutorial, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.